Real estate agents, these are 7 of the best ways that you can use today to generate more seller leads in your business so you never have to worry about where your next deal is going to come from. So this document that I'm going to go over with you lays out the entire blueprint for 7 of the most effective ways we've found to actually generate leads consistently in a real estate business. So let's kind of dive in and I'll show you exactly how that works. If you're watching this video, this is a little bit of a quick start guide to actually take you through the process and where you should start with when utilizing this resource. It is extremely powerful and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I want to make this as easy for you as possible. Just watch this video and I want to show you exactly how this works. So that quick start video linked here, that is the video that goes over the full summary of exactly how to use this guide for yourself to get started and start getting results when utilizing this whole framework. Now, if you want to watch the full video series that breaks down each individual strategy, then this is also linked in the document here. You're going to see that below. Obviously, I haven't put them in yet, and they're going to be getting released sequentially. So if there's a video for one of the strategies that's not in there yet, or there's no videos in there yet, that's because they haven't been released yet, and they're probably going to be getting released every single week. So, if you do learn via video, then definitely keep an eye out for the release of those videos. I'm going to be linking the entire series inside of this doc, but for now, check out the quick start video to get you started. Obviously, you've got the entire doc, and then there's going to be videos that are going to be getting released over the next few weeks. So if they're in there, it means they've been released. If they're not in there yet, for your particular strategy that you want to learn, it means they're about to be released and you can still use the guide to set it up yourself, have a look at the quick start video, and that's going to be able to get you started. So the 7 ways to attract new listing leads for your real estate business. So again, if you actually want us to come in and do this for you, you can actually click the link in the document and actually claim your market to work with us with our full done for you service. But really the concept behind this is basically out of every 100 real estate agents that we speak with, probably 99 of them will actually tell you the biggest obstacle to them growing their business is they need to get their name out there more, which generally equates to they're not getting enough leads. There's not enough visibility, so therefore they're not getting enough qualified leads, which therefore they're not getting enough appraisals, or they're not getting their feet in enough doors to do the number of transactions that they want to do, or to get to that kind of next level, because maybe their referrals are generating a certain amount of new business for them, but on top of that, they don't really have any other predictable, consistent ways of bringing in new leads and opportunities to their pipeline. So that's really why I put this together, so I can actually cover those exact strategies that can help you guys out today pretty much. Now, I'm going to quickly, as a bit of disclaimer here, these strategies are extremely potent when they're actually implemented correctly. So if these are new to you and you don't know how to run some of this stuff on a technical level, I want you to start really slowly and not try them all at once, because you'll almost certainly get overwhelmed and you won't be able to correctly follow up with your newly generated opportunities, right? So for most agents, and especially those that have smaller ad budgets, I'd recommend running only one of the social media ad strategies. So there's 3 different social media ad strategies, or 3 main ones that are actual ads. And then there's a sponsored message one as well. But I would choose one of the lead gen strategies from number 1. And we can see on the side, you've got our different lead gen strategies that you can just click through on the index on the side of this Google Doc that you're going to have access to. So you can either select one of lead gen strategy 1, lead gen strategy 3, or lead gen strategy 4 to start with. That's what I would recommend. I'll probably just recommend the first strategy just because this lays out exactly how to do it. You can pretty much follow the same process for those other ones, but this is the easiest one to set up to start with. So I definitely recommend going through and actually following the steps for lead gen strategy 1 as kind of the main social media lead gen strategy that you use, especially if you're not as advanced with stuff like this. And again, most agents aren't. They really just want to be selling property, which is often why they do come to us. Really, I just want to get you something where you can set it up quite easily and start having kind of some results. So pick one of those strategies. I'd recommend 1. Now, with some of the other strategies, we can kind of pick, you can use what you want. So for the just sold ads, I would recommend you run one of these every time that you sell a property. If you can afford to, if you have a team member that can just go through this training and set them up for their just solds, I recommend that. And that way we can get more contacts that way. And also the database reactivation campaign strategy can pretty much be used immediately within either your CRM, or you can just completely just do it manually to all of the existing contacts that have gone cold. And basically that's at little to no cost. So I do recommend doing that one off the bat. Some of the other ones, like the sponsored message, we really have to have a little bit of an audience built up, or have had a lot of people that have started and engaged with our page before. And if we do have people that have engaged with our page before or messaged our page before, then we can actually run something like the sponsored message strategy that you'll see in Lead Gen Strategy 7. Then there's also in Lead Gen Strategy 2 is actually a flyer drop strategy that's highly, highly effective, that I do recommend if you're doing flyers to try to implement something like this, because pretty much everyone does the same stock standard flyers and they're not very value driven and they don't really help homeowners. So have a look at that. If you're already doing flyers, you want to do something a little bit different. This is really a resource that I just want you to come back to and, you know, learn a little bit over time and implement different things over time. You don't need to do everything at once. And I wouldn't recommend you do that. So that's what this quick start video is for. Really, you know, the first one I would have a look at is that first lead gen strategy, because that's the easiest to set up and it's an evergreen strategy that pretty much works across the board, at least in the first kind of couple weeks of you implementing it. After that, we do need optimizations and changes and that type of thing. Cool. And just to kind of summarize this, you know, there are a lot of ways that we can generate leads for your real estate business. We obviously just need the know-how, the right strategy, and the right setup. So I really hope you get a lot of value from this guide. I enjoyed putting it together. And whilst I tried to cover a lot in this guide, the truth is that, like an iceberg, in order to make lead generation super efficient and profitable, it does require many elements that aren't easily visible and they're below the surface. So this is why you can copy and paste someone else's strategies and not have the same results. And you'll see that, you know, a lot when it comes to digital marketing, a lot of copying does happen. It doesn't mean that the results are replicated or that they're maintained over a consistent long-term period. Now, there's things like scripting, dialogues, follow-up and nurture processes, automation sequences, retargeting strategies, ad copy and creative cycling, and constantly putting new stuff out, and even cutting-edge AI automations that can work on the back end to book appointments automatically. So these are all outside of the scope of this guide. A lot of stuff, we actually set up these systems for our clients, so they have automated systems that work to generate listing opportunities without them having to worry about it. But that is a little bit out of the scope of this guide. This guide is really to get you results to start with, get you starting to get some leads coming into your pipeline so you can start doing more deals and you're not just relying on your referrals. And then, you know, if you want to really cover some of that stuff, that is something that we actually do build out these systems for our clients, and they can be a little bit complicated. So you can definitely, you know, reach out to us and book a call here. Now, this isn't even taking into account some of the differences we'll see in performance, different variations that will work from like one market to another. So obviously results will vary depending on the market, nor the actual skill level of the particular agents that are dealing with the leads. But I have no doubt that if you seriously follow at least one of the strategies in this guide, you can start building your pipeline, you can start getting more results in your real estate business, not just being reliant on your referrals. But this guide does just touch on those core elements in it that sit above that surface. And basically those things are the things that can start to get you some immediate results and improve your lead flow today. The biggest issues though, we will run into after you potentially see initial success in that first 14 days to 60 days are the following. You're going to see once your ads kind of start to fatigue a little bit, after you've set up some of the initial strategies I've gone over here, you'll probably see your lead costs on your ads are going to start to, they're going to start to go up as your ads start to max out that audience that they're in front of, which means less leads and ads that are drying up over time. You may see the lead quality actually get worse the longer you run the ads and more you start reaching more and more of that target market. You're going to see the results becoming less and less consistent over time. And you may not know what to say to leads once you have them coming in, or you can't keep up with the lead volume because you don't have the right automations in place. Or maybe you'll see other agents that are copying you and those results will start to drop off as you get commoditized. So if you do ever run into those problems, and trust me when I say that if you run ads for long enough, or if you do some of these strategies for long enough, it will happen and you will need to learn and test strategies to actually deal with these things when they arise. So if instead you just want a completely hands-off system that runs consistently, predictably, month on month, year on year, that's managed by a team of the best real estate marketers in the country, responsible for hundreds of millions in listings across Australia, New Zealand, US and Canada in the last year alone, then click the button here, book a call, speak with us. Really, we recommend working with us if you're a residential real estate agent, you're a team leader, you have an EBU, or you're a real estate agency owner and you did at least 200,000 in GCI in the last 12 months, and you really want a team that can take care of all of that and actually implement all of these systems and the whole gambit inside of your business so you can actually grow your GCI on a weekly basis. then click the link here and let's chat. There'll be a bit of an application process, and then we'll get in touch and then we can speak from there. But yeah, hopefully this document helps you. Really looking forward to seeing what results you can have implementing some of these strategies.